offensive as you've seen the kickers kind of have since you've been here so far?
Definitely, I'd say so. I think we're all on a roll. Jeremy Shelley answered the bell last week. 4-4. That's incredible, and he played great. And I feel like the leadership is coming through in the specialist unit. With Carson Tinker and Jeremy Shelley, and really pushing me and Cody to perform at a standard this year. And it's important not to get comfortable. It's good on the bye week. We get to look at that and make sure that we stay on top of our business this week.
How important is it for you guys to get a fast start like you have, though, as a unit?
It's very important as far as the confidence aspect goes. It's good to have a good start, and we hold each other to our standard, and it's important to show the team and each other what we're capable of early on. We just got to make sure we keep that going.
Has there been much work this week on just finding replacements for the guys who got hurt on special teams?
There has been. We had some guys that were huge playmakers, and an important factor is that, at Alabama we have great depth. Coach Saban recruits obviously very well, and, we're going to be able to replace those guys. But we're going to miss them, of course.
Last week, Christian had the kickoff return,
yes,
and you've got to go back out and kick off. Do you think, I got to get this deep?
Yes, sir. It's funny. I was actually thinking about that. I was like, man, it didn't kick that one through the end zone, and Christian Jones had a great kickoff return for a touchdown, but I just kind of remembered what I did and how I do it, and just went out there and kicked the touchback. So I felt like a little loaded off my chest on that one.
What kind of leader is Carson Tinker?
He's a great one. He's the guy that always pushes us to our limits. He's never really satisfied with less than our best, and if we have a bad special period when we're out there with the team, he makes sure that we know it's not acceptable and that we have to perform to a standard, because we only get a few chances during practice to show the team what we do and how we work.
Would you say he's very vocal?
Yeah, I'd say vocal and leading by example. He's a hard worker, and he practices just as hard as any of the other guys, and he lives his life right off the field as well, and he's an inspiration to all of us.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from Kevin Elka?
Trust your work. If you have prepared well for a situation, then you shouldn't be nervous about anything. That's the biggest thing I'd say. Just trust what your work is, and then if you worked right, you have nothing to be nervous about.
Cade, I know it's kind of uncommon. It's really uncommon. Really, I guess it's almost nil. But you don't see special teams coaches who necessarily know how to tell somebody how to kick a football, whether it's punting or kicking off or whatever, field goals. Just talk about the direct instruction you get here. Is it coming from GAs? Is it coming from, is it a little bit from Bobby? How's that work?
Most of the instruction I get is from, Coach Williams. He gives us a direction on what we need to do and how we need to perform. And, during the summer and off training, we'll all go see specialized coaches. We have to pay to go see them, though. Guys who run camps and that sort of thing, off-site guys, and, like Chris Bonio, Chris Saylor, Jamie Cole, those kind of guys are great. Coach Zahner.
So if you're tweaking technique, that's when it's happening?
Yes, sir. It's not really here. We get good instructions from Coach Williams, and he really works with finding a good coach for us to go see during the off season.